Ukraine appears to be heading down the road to fascism. Fascism invariably begins with the suppression of communist parties, with the serious erosion of democratic rights, and with attacks on free trade unionism. And we're seeing all of those things in Ukraine.
Hey guys, it's Comrade Lavender here, and today I want to talk about why the UN Human Rights Council, or the Human Rights Council in general, is a sham and a fraud. A deep dive into this topic, political topics. So yeah, first off, what is a sham? A sham is something that is not what it seems to be and is intended to deceive people, or someone who pretends to be something they are not. In this particular case, the Human Rights Council Board is falsely advertising itself as a human rights protector when they don't give a shit about human rights. First of all, the United States and other imperialist Western countries that have committed atrocities and war crimes, over the years, are engaged in this council. For example, the biggest fucking human rights violator, the United States, is rejoining the United Nations Human Rights Council to promote and defend human rights worldwide. The United States was elected in October 14th to a seat on the council for a 3-year term from January 2022 to December 2024. The United States is responsible for mass suffering worldwide and imperialist pro-capitalism war crimes around the globe. They put bloodthirsty genocidal sanctions on socialist countries. They won't bow down to the United States' pro-imperialism, and any socialist country in particular, that doesn't listen to the United States. And, countries in itself that have an anti-capitalism, agenda. They destroyed the most prosperous African country, Libya, along with NATO itself, turned the country into a war-torn state with open slave markets. The United States loots and plunders the resources of countries. Right now, as we speak, they are looting and attacking Syria as we speak, almost causing a famine. The United States and Saudi Arabia alone are the cause of, Yemen's famine. And yet the capitalist pig media never talks about this crisis ongoing in Yemen. This is all happening. Why is the United States on the Human Rights Council? Why are they claiming they're all about human rights? But they're not, because the United States is on the Human Rights Council, committing atrocities. The Human Rights Council is a complete and utter fraudulent organization and a complete clownery joke. They claim that the DPRK, aka North Korea, has atrocious human rights atrocities and violations with absolutely no proof whatsoever. They spout out anti-communism, propaganda, and they claim that Russia has had the same exact human rights violations. The United Nations suspended Russia from its seat on the Human Rights Council. Some of the countries such as China, Iran, Russia, and Syria were all among the UN members that voted against the resolution. Notice how China, Iran, Russia, and Syria, these are all countries that are being attacked by the United States and their sanctions put on them. The United States likes to put out, anti-China campaigns and put sanctions on Iran, Russia, and Syria. Like I told you, they're doing stuff to Syria right now that are bad and are actually, U.S. atrocities against, Syria. They say by suspending Russia from the UN Human Rights Council, countries around the world chose to hold Moscow accountable for gross and systematic violations of human rights in its premeditated, unprovoked, and unjustified war of choice against Ukraine, despite the fact that NATO and Ukraine provoked the war in the first place and it wasn't unjustified at all. The Human Rights Council stands in support of fascist pro-neo-Nazi Ukraine regime. That's the biggest proof that this is a fraudulent organization. Because there's actual proof that Ukraine is a fascist, regime and, supports Nazism and is anti-human rights. The war in Ukraine did not happen overnight. That is the truth. It started officially in 2014 when the democratically elected Ukrainian government was overthrown by U.S. imperialist war criminal Barack Obama, in an illegal coup and replaced with an anti-Russian and a neo-Nazi fascist regime. Not only that, but when it came to Russia versus Ukraine, Ukraine was the one out of them both. Ukraine was the one who voted against condemning Nazism. Long story short, the Human Rights Council is just your typical pro-Western imperialism, pro-capitalism narratives. They want to push the capitalist pig agenda. They support looting countries. They hate, socialism. They push anti-communism campaigns, etc.